Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Wired Homestead. My name is Chris, and I thought this morning I would start off by showing you this beautiful sunrise we're having. It's a bonus that you get to see it rise over the mountains. It's such a beautiful view, and one of the reasons why I absolutely love mornings. I'm excited to introduce to you my newest residents of the homestead. I finally got my Lamancha goats that I've wanted. I'm so excited they're here. Juno over here is very excited to really meet them. They've only met over the wall so far, but this one can be a bit of a butthead. So when I put them all together, I wanted to take them out to the pasture to make sure that Juno's not running them into a wall. Although one of these girls, her name is Satsuki. Satsuki is this one. I'm still kind of learning their differences so I can just look at them briefly and tell them apart. Oh no, that's May. Never mind. See, I got it wrong already. This one is Satsuki, and this one is May. Hey Satsuki. They look so similar. They're sisters, and they look just like their mama. They're 2-year-old Lamancha goats. May here is just the absolute sweetest little goat. The easiest way I tell them apart is because Satsuki over here, if she'll show you, if you can see, she has wattles. These little wattles right here. They're adorable. Satsuki's also a little bit bigger than May, but when they're separated, it's not enough of a difference that I can really use that to tell them apart. So the wattles are the biggest thing that I look for. Also, they've both been bred. They were bred by the breeder I got them from with some beautiful bucks. So we should have really gorgeous kids in the spring. When May here was bred, it's clear that they used a breeding harness. You can see there's, I don't know if you can see, but there on her back end is a little bit of a blue. That's from the breeding harness, so you can tell that the buck has mounted her. That wasn't used with the buck that bred with Satsuki. In fact, it was a question on whether she was bred at all because the buck started having a few issues. She thinks that it was just an injury, and he's doing a lot better now. But it turns out that he was able to perform the deed here with Satsuki. Her pregnancy test came back positive, which is exciting because that buck in particular I really loved. So I'm super excited to have babies from these two. I have a bit of a roadblock. Yes, hi Rooster. Hey May. Can I get through here? Can I get through? Oh, sweet girl. All right. Come on, you gotta move. I now have a barn rooster. Before the turkeys got processed, within 20 minutes of them being processed, they started picking on this little guy. Oh, there he is. He's over there. They really drew blood, like so bad that it was splattered across the front of their chicken tractor. It was awful. And then, of course, because the turkeys had drawn blood, he was getting picked on by the other chickens, especially the other rooster that's out there. So I brought him into the barn, hoping that I could just, get him healed back up and then put him back out. And I tried that, and the other rooster just started chasing him around again. And it was clear that he wasn't going to get accepted back into the flock. So he's become my barn rooster for now. And he's actually turned into a pretty sweet little guy. He likes to follow me around. He lets me pet him and pick him up. I really didn't expect that out of him because he was kind of displaying characteristics that he might become kind of a mean rooster, but instead he's become super sweet. I'm in the process of trying to rehome some roosters because I have too many. I ended up with 4 roosters, which is way more than my flock can handle. I posted all of them up. Said I don't really care which 3 go, but I need 3 to go. I found a really great home for one of them, my silver-laced Wyandotte. If you saw him in other videos, he's the white and black one, the big red comb. He's really a beautiful one, but he was kind of low man on the totem pole, and he used to get chased by the bigger rooster as well. But he now has a flock of his own ladies. He's got a great home, but he's the only one that actually got a home. I got a couple offers that were like, I'll just take them all, and they wanted to process them, but I really wanted to try to find them a good home first, and if it comes down to having to process a couple of them, then I'll just do it myself. That way I actually get something out of them, because I've spent, several months feeding and raising them. If they have to be processed, then I'd actually like to, get the meat and get something out of all that time and feed that I've put into them. So I politely turned those offers down. This little guy here, he actually might end up being the one staying, just because he has turned out to be a pretty sweet guy. It was actually kind of funny after I put him in here. He didn't crow while he was out with the rest of the flock. As soon as I put him in here in the barn, I would say within a week, he was crowing. So I don't know if that's a coincidence or whether he just needed his own space in order to learn to be a rooster. But he's become quite a chatty Cathy, if you can't hear. If you're curious, he's a partridge rock rooster. He is one of the chickens in my original chick order that was supposed to be a female, but ended up being a male. He's a good little guy. My poor sheepy here, she still doesn't have a name. So if you have any great sheep name ideas, please put them in the comments. Because I only have one sheep that actually has a name. Her name is Georgie. She and 2 of my other sheep are over at my friend's place with a date with my friend's ram. This little girl here is just too small. She's too small to breed. I didn't feel comfortable with it. If you breed them too small, it can create complications. It can stunt their growth. It could cause her to just be a little bit on the smaller side. Because she's small, when she actually goes to lamb, it can cause her to have problems actually lambing. And I don't want either of those things for her. She's a sweet little sheep. So she was held back. She's the only sheep in here. She's kind of become one of the goats, although I have to admit Juno's been kind of a butthead to her and pushes her around. So I started on the other side of their stall. I started getting this space ready to turn it into another small stall. And I'm gonna put the sheep over here. That way she can't be pushed around. Because as much as I love Juno, she's kind of a dominant jerk sometimes. And the poor sheep, well, she takes the brunt of it when Juno really gets it in her head to go to town. You might be cute, but you're kind of a butthead sometimes. It's okay, Juno. We love you anyway. And you too. We love you too. Oh, Luna. When I finally get them up into the pasture to introduce them, I'll have to bring you along. I don't know how it's going to go. There's definitely going to be some headbutting going on. Hopefully they'll settle their pecking order and they'll all become fast friends. And I'm really hoping that Luna bonds with them, because right now I can't even take Juno out of the stall and walk her like 20 feet over here to the milk stand without Luna kind of freaking out that her mom isn't right there with her. So I'm hoping Luna will bond with these other goats and kind of help her get over that dependency on Juno. That way I can pull Juno out, because she hasn't been bred yet and I do want to breed her. And I was going to send her off with the sheep because my friend also has the buck that I'm going to breed her with. But it was Luna lost her mind when Juno was separated from her. And Juno only made it, it was probably about 20 feet into the trailer. And Luna just lost her mind. So I pulled Juno back out. It's like, I don't want to deal with this. I didn't have the new goats yet. So I didn't have any goat friends for Luna. And Luna had really kind of bonded with the sheep. So I was hoping that, she would kind of lean on that. But no, that was not. The sheep apparently was no substitute for her mother. So if I can get Luna bonded a little bit with these girls over here, especially hoping that her and May become friends, because May is on the submissive side and definitely lowest goat on the totem pole. At least that was how she was in her old flock, which is one of the reasons why she was rehomed, because she was just getting pushed around. The gal had quite a big flock, or quite a big herd of goats, and May was just getting pushed around in it. So she came here. Since I have a smaller herd, I think she's gonna fit right in, and I really hope her and Luna become good friends. That way May has someone that hopefully doesn't bully her. I'm getting eaten by a goat. Hi Satsuki. So we'll see how the dynamics work out. Regardless, I do want Juno bred. I am eager to milk her and see how she does with milk production. They're really eager to meet. I don't think it's supposed to rain today, so I might take them out today. I was going to do it yesterday, but it was just ended up being a crazy day. And then it's supposed to rain, and goats hate the rain. They won't go out in it. You'll just see like sad, pathetic, like, let me in. This is the most horrible thing ever. So when it's raining out, I just keep them in here, since my shelter out there is still in pieces. I haven't repaired or rebuilt it yet after the big windstorm we had. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I can link the videos that I made about preparing for it and then the aftermath of it, and you can see my smashed shelter. For the year 2024, our farm is now complete. We have everybody here that I was hoping to have. We have our starter sheep flock, even though technically 3 of my sheep aren't here. I have them. I have my starter goat herd. I have the goats that I really wanted. The Nubians that my husband really wanted. He just adores the floppy ears. And then the Lamanchas that I really wanted. I have the pigs that were kind of a surprise. In a last minute, sure, I'll take 2 pigs. They've been a bit of a roller coaster. We'll talk about that some other time. And then all the chickens. And that was my goal at getting my little farmstead started, and I'm really excited that I reached all of those goals. I'll talk later about my goals for 2025 and what I hope to accomplish next year. Thank you for joining me and for meeting my newest animal friends here on the farm. I appreciate you spending your time with me, and I hope to see you next time.